What's going on, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, back at you with another video. Today it's pretty rainy out. There's not a whole lot of us can do right now. Still under an intense lockdown with COVID-19. Who knows how long this is going to last. So something I wanted to talk about today, I've been meaning to talk about it. It hasn't really been brought up in quite a while. And that's talking about the upcoming game here from CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I'm a huge fan of the original Blade Runner. It's a fantastic film, incredible Vangelis soundtrack. The sequel, 2049, it's a pretty good movie as well. I don't think it would quite stand the test of time as the original Sir Ridley Scott film from the early 80s. But, standing on its own, not comparing this to this is a pretty good movie as well. A fantastic cinematography in this one. The director is based out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So it's a fantastic film. We can talk about that another day. Funny fact, Daryl Hannah is actually married to Neil Young now, for those of you who didn't know. So with Cyberpunk 2077, let me just give you a bit of background history on this game. Cyberpunk 2077 is an upcoming role-playing video game developed and published by CD Projekt Red. It's scheduled to be released on the PS4, Stadia, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows on the 17th of September of 2020. So, those of you who weren't overly familiar with Cyberpunk, it was originally a board game back in, I think, the late 80s, early 90s. It was either a card game or a board game. I vaguely remember it back in the day. But let's just cut to the chase here. This game is the most hotly anticipated game of the last year. For me personally, the only game that really piqued my interest to this point as much as Cyberpunk 2077 was Red Dead Redemption 2. And of course, I was really excited for the Outer Worlds as well. I'm a huge fan of Obsidian, and I was a huge fan of Fallout New Vegas as well. So that one was a personal excitement for me. But Cyberpunk 2077, you can tell just by looking at the gameplay footage that we've seen, especially the gameplay trailer that was like 45 minutes long from 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. You can tell there's a lot of love and care that has gone into this game. And the graphics are some of the most incredible graphics I've ever seen. I don't know if the graphics we're seeing in the gameplay footage is going to be indicative of the current generation of consoles. But I think it's fair to assume the reason why CD Projekt has delayed this game yet again is because they want this game to succeed in more ways than we ever thought possible. They probably want to get this game released as closely as possible to the next generation of consoles. Now, apparently, I just saw it online, CD Projekt and Microsoft jointly have announced a special Cyberpunk 2077 version of the Xbox One, and it looks pretty incredible. Obviously, Microsoft has some sort of a deal in place right now with Cyberpunk, because when they first showed off the gameplay footage, if I'm not mistaken, it was during the Microsoft presser at E3. So there's definitely some sort of exclusivity rights that Microsoft has with CD Projekt Red. So there's a lot of things to talk about. I won't be able to cover it all in this video. Maybe you guys can chime in the comments below. But one thing is for sure, this game's going to be a hardware seller for the next generation of consoles. So it begs the question, when this game comes out, it's not too long from here, we're already almost in May, are you going to jump out and get the game for the current gen because you want to play it as fast as possible, or are you going to hold off until the next generation of consoles comes out and get it for that? Me personally, it's no secret I'm not going to be adopting to the next generation of consoles, especially not with the climate we're in right now. So I'll be happy to get it on the Xbox One. Is it a day one purchase? See, I've had this conversation before, and maybe you guys can disagree or agree with me, but I feel like as CD Projekt Red keeps delaying and delaying and delaying this game, it kind of has the Duke Nukem Forever effect. It's like it'll never live up to the hype. And the more they keep, setting these expectations with us that the game's coming out and then they continuously delay it, it's like a hot air balloon or a balloon that just someone comes by off the pin and they just pop it. I know a lot of you guys are still really excited and amped up for this game, but I gotta be honest with you, the last time they announced that it was delayed again, I just took the wind out of my sails. Like, I mean, it's a bit ridiculous. You can't tell me the game isn't already in the can. Like, it's obviously a marketing ploy. Again, they want this game to come out close to the next generation of consoles, and I'm sure the frame rate in this game, hopefully it's 60 frames per second on the current gen, and most likely will be on the next gen. But with the power that this game's pushing, it's evident it's graphically it's a powerhouse. It'll be interesting to see how this game performs. I don't think CD Projekt would release a game on our current generation of consoles if they didn't think it was capable of having like I said, smooth frame rates. I don't think they would damage their reputation like that. The Witcher 3, I'm not a fan of it. Unfortunately, I was never bought into the lore. I had the game, I bought it shortly thereafter after it had come out, and I just could never get into it. But I could absolutely respect, the gameplay mechanics, the fit and finish of the game, the quality of the game, the graphics in the game, like I said, the audio. Obviously, The Witcher 3 is the complete package. They didn't really have my buy-in as far as the story was concerned, unfortunately. But Cyberpunk 2077, it absolutely does have my buy-in because it's, like I said, loosely based on the board game / card game from the early 90s. They've kind of taken their own story on it, and like I said, it looks like my type of game. I like how they went with first-person, almost like a first-person shooter mechanics, but then when you get in your car, it goes into third person. And man, I love, like I said, I love anything that's neo-noir, film noir, and this game is right up my alley. Right now, I'm not really excited for really any other games out there other than this game. Again, sadly, this game will not be coming on the Nintendo Switch, so those of you out there that were pining on it, I mean, it's no, like, just again, look at the graphics. There's no way they're going to get that game to run on the Switch. That's no surprise. But I don't know. I just want to get your guys' opinion on this. Are you still excited for this game? Did CD Projekt Red make the wrong decision on delaying this game again? Again, there's other questions that beg to be answered as well. Will this game be, you buy it day one, is it going to take a day to install? Is it going to be sold out on release? Did you guys pre-order it? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Just a real short video. And like I said, again, I'm trying to change up the scenery here. I'm in my basement, in my wine cellar down here. Again, trying to get away from filming in the games room. Unfortunately, there's just too many other channels that are doing that type of formula, so I'm trying to change things up again. So like I said, I hope you guys are having a great day. Again, thanks so much for watching. Take care.